I want to talk about this one first because of the attention it's been receiving lately on the internet. Well, burnout in psychology is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive and prolonged stress, feeling overwhelmed, emotionally drained, and unable to meet constant demands. Creating content on YouTube requires a creator to always be constant in some way, either by posting daily, weekly, or monthly. Creating content on a regular basis can be very exhausting, especially if you're an independent creator, whereby you're simultaneously the content creator, the editor, and the manager. But this is not a lost battle, since there are channels and videos which discuss this issue and helping creators overcome it. Channels like YouTube Creators, which interviews creators who have experienced and overcame creator burnout.
On one hand, I personally think, when you're trying to be the person who's in front of all the eyeballs, like that's going to burn you out pretty quickly because everyone's trying to be on top of that pile.
The thing that I realized after doing YouTube for 2 years, forcing positivity is f***ing exhausting.
So whether one start witnessing growth or decline on their work, they shouldn't let it become such a huge problem that it affects their mental health. I'll leave the link to that PewDiePie video in the description below if you're interested in the topic. Now, still on that subject, I've seen this one video online of Sadhguru when he was in an interview. He said something amazing based on what I've been talking about, mortality. He was talking to an audience basically, and this is his words. He said that you're living with an idea that you're immortal. You're not actually thinking that you're immortal, but you're not conscious of your mortality. And he continues by saying, if you're not conscious of your mortality, somewhere you think you're immortal, isn't it? And he goes on saying that if you're conscious of your mortality, would you have time to do rubbish with your life? Also that if you're conscious that you're mortal, would you do anything other than what is absolutely needed for you and everybody around you? The words that really resonated with me was when he said, if you want to know the value of life, just know that it's a brief happening. Now, still speaking about the lines of the song, one of the touching lines that he said was that, through all the changing controversy, you've been by my side. There's no army in the world I would rather give me watch time. It's been a wild ride, so while I can still be heard, here's one last brofist from the #1 in the world. Those are the words of PewDiePie from his latest song, Congratulations, which seem to have touched the hearts of many. But why? How can a few lines from a song cause most people to become emotional? Well, apart from the song being a great piece to listen to, which could make those words emotional whether you know the concept behind PewDiePie versus T-Series battle or not, I believe the reason why those words touch so many people has to do more with the transition happening on the platform than it is about PewDiePie saying goodbye. I mean, since YouTube started in the early 2000s, it has always been a platform dominated and led by independent creators, and with such provided people with many memories and a community they will forever cherish. But in the recent years, the platform has been shifting from being dominated by independent creators to becoming more corporate, with companies overtaking top creators. Now, whether that is good or bad, I'll leave it to discussion in the comments below, and if you want me to make a video on it, let me know in the comments. So getting back to the example that I made at the beginning of the video of the person being dropped in a hole, you have to now start looking at motivational videos from a different perspective, and now realizing that motivational content is great, or motivational videos are great, but does this video offer a solution of something that I'm practically going through right now, rather than just offering the energy to pump me to go back to the life that I want to change? So motivation itself is great. It's one of the best things out there, and even people like me who consume motivational videos on a regular basis can say that it really is helpful. But it's only helpful when you know what you're going after, and when you know that I know the particular steps that I have to take to change. And so the energy that those videos offer are very great. But then again, for a person who still needs to figure out a lot of what they need to do in order to change their life, they need to start having this filter when looking at motivational videos online, because majority of them, and a lot of them that even friends would recommend, are ones that don't really offer a solution but give you the energy. For now, when you go back to your life, you're now confused of what you should do in order to change these current situations in your life.
In most times of our lives, we cry and wonder about things we cannot change. We get stressed and depressed trying to fix the past, instead of looking at the past as a lesson to correct. I too am a human, my path was never perfect. This life is a monster. It has a savage, unquenchable thirst of causing pain. Most nights I stare into the eyes of stars and wonder about my dreams. Thousands and thousands of thoughts come racing like it's my last time I ever think. Limit your time and attention from what's stealing your happiness. It might have taken years to build that relationship, but it won't take years for it to break you up and leave you lost in this lonely world. Wake up from the dream. What you hope for has all vanished. Realize your thoughts are driving your emotion and limits your behavior. It is time you direct them rather than being directed by them. Swallow your pride and know you come first before everything. It is not over until you tell yourself it's over.
Past is just a passage to pass through. It's your strength, a power to help you to overcome every obstacle. It is just a lesson, not a life sentence.